Hey, what's up, YouTube? Just wanted to do a quick review on my 457 I just picked up. I've taken it to the range probably about 3 times now, got about 300 rounds through it, and I'll tell you what, man, it's a lot of fun. It shoots really good, um, better than I would have expected, and I did take it out to 100 yards. I got some targets I'm going to show you here in a minute at 50 yards. The 100-yard targets, I actually left those at the range by accident, but um, the 50 yard though, I mean, it's really accurate, and I'll show you the ammo that I've used, and I'll show you my setup, like how I have my rings, my scope, and then I'll show you the rifle, of course, here in a second. But it's been a real lot of fun. Just getting into 22s. That's actually my first 22 I've ever owned, and they're a blast, man. And unfortunately, my 308 and my 6.5 are getting neglected a little bit because this thing is just, it's easy to shoot, it's fun, and there's no reloading. I don't have to come home and reload my ammo. I just buy some more ammo, which 22 is not that expensive. So, but I'll flip the camera around here and show you the rifle. I'll show you the ammo that I'm using, the targets from today. It was a really nice day today. It was, I went out about 8 o'clock this morning. It's about 9:30 a.m. now, so I was out for about an hour and a half, and weather was great. I mean, it was about 70 degrees, 65, 70 degrees, no wind, low humidity, so it was really good shooting weather. But let me flip the camera around here, and you guys can take a look at the rifle, targets, and the ammo, and that way you can get an idea how these things how these shoot. Now I am shooting off a bipod, a rear bag, so I didn't have any kind of vise or anything like that, or a sled. So here we go. All right, so here is the stock. So I did go with the Boyd stock, and I love it, man. It's a really nice stock. I like the adjustability on the back here, with the with the cheek riser, and then this the butt pad there comes out. It's a really good, nice quality stock here. And so basically I have a Vortex PST 24 power, and I put this on, and I wasn't really planning on putting such a high powered scope on a 22, but I just had it sitting around, and rather than going out and buying another scope and all that and getting your rings and everything, I just figured I'd just toss this one on there, and it's great. I like it because it has the parallax up to 50 yards, which I'm shooting a lot of 50 yards with this. But yeah, I mean, it's a really nice action. You can tell the quality is definitely there, and then so for bipod I'm using a Harris, swivel bipod, just a small one. I went with the threaded barrel. So what I'm planning on doing, and I went with the 16.5 inch because I plan on going ahead and putting a suppressor on it. So I just I got to get around to doing that. I got to figure out what suppressor I want and go through all the steps that I got to do there in order to get that ordered and pay the tax stamp and all that crap. But so as far as ammo, I looked on YouTube. I did a lot of reviews on YouTube, looking at people reviewing ammo and stuff like that. So one guy had said this Federal stuff, for cheap money. I think I bought this at Walmart. It was 325 rounds. I think it was like 16 bucks, 17 bucks. So that was really cheap. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't shoot bad, at least at 50 yards. I haven't taken out to 100 yet, but I'll show you the targets that have the 50 yards with this stuff here. Now I was at the range talking to some guys, and a guy had this Wolf ammo, and basically he said, "Did you ever try this stuff?" And I said, "No." I said, I'm just starting to play around with 22. I really don't know what ammo's good, what's not good." So he's like, "All right, here, we'll take 5 rounds." And this is when I actually was taking it out to 100 yards. And so I put 5 rounds in it, and the 5 rounds, a quarter could cover the five shot group at 100 yards. And I've been shooting all different kinds of ammo out of it. I've been shooting some Aguilar. I was shooting some of this stuff here. So it wasn't even like I ran the 25 rounds of this through it, to get it all, warmed up and accustomed to that, to this ammo here. But I'll tell you what, man, that kind of convinced me. 5-shot group and a quarter could cover it at 100 yards. Now I don't know if I can repeat that or not, but I'm definitely going to try here. Once I take it back out to 100. I haven't shot this at 100 yet, but I did shoot it at 50. And so basically, here's the target. So these are 1-inch circles. So everything, all the black dots, they're all the wolf ammo. So wolf ammo 50 yards. So there's one group. Next one there. I mean, they're all pretty tight groups. I would like for them to all be one whole, but maybe I'll get there. The more I practice, and I'm gonna try some other stuff too. I've heard some Lapua. The Lapua stuff's pretty good, so I might try some of that too. Now down here, these orange targets, these were from the Federal. So this was a 5-shot group right here. I have no idea how this happened, but I was shooting here. My first shot landed here. That's a good 4 inches. I'm not sure what happened there. I got no idea. I mean, when I was looking at the video and I'm like, wait a second, where did it go? And then I looked and it was way over here. It was way up here. So not sure what happened there, but there's a 4-shot group. And then there's a 5-shot group, and this is with the Federal, the cheap stuff. $16 for 325 rounds. Now the Wolf, I think I paid for 500 rounds about $72, so that's still not that bad. It's about $7 a box, and to get these results, I think it's pretty good. And I did watch some other YouTube videos, and some other guys had really good success with the Wolf also. So I'm gonna keep that. The Wolf ammo and continue to use that, but like I said, I want to try some of the Lapua and just see if I can get more accuracy out of that. I also thought about maybe sending the rifle off to Lapua or Ely and having them run some rounds through it, and then they give you I think it's like $50 Lapua charges, and then it's like $30 Ely charges. And then basically they'll run 10 rounds through your rifle, 100 yards, 50 yards, in an indoor tunnel, and then basically they find out what is gonna fit and what's gonna work best in your 22 rifle, and you don't have to go out and spend all this money trying different ammos and everything. But I'll tell you, with the Wolf ammo, I mean, that may be it for me. That may be about as accurate as I'm gonna be as a shooter. But I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. Maybe I'll get some Lapua and see how that works, or I might just send the rifle off and just see if in fact the Wolf is the best, because they clamp it down. There's no human error. I mean, they're gonna run the rounds, 10 rounds, and it's gonna give you the best round for your rifle. There's no, like I said, no human error there. So all right, so this is another target at 50 yards. So all the so like up here, this one here, this was with the Federal, so that's a 5-shot group right there. This was a 5-shot group with the Federal, 5-shot Federal. This one was a 5-shot Federal. This one was a really good group, and then I pulled this one down here somehow. I don't know. And then this was a 5-shot with the Federal. So Federal, I mean, all in all, I mean, it was shooting pretty good too. Now these are 3-inch circles, so maybe I'm not shooting as good at the 1-inch circle as I am with the 3-inch, because these groups are a little bit better than the other ones. But I'm not sure, because as you can see, the Federal, they really tend to like wear off a lot of this shooting seed, this black stuff. I mean, here's my wolf shots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a 5-shot group, and you can see just from that group and this group, see how much more the Federal takes off of the paint. So I'm not sure why that is. Maybe the velocity or something, or the speed of the bullet, I guess. But so this was my last 3 shots of the day. Was this? I just aimed right here at the bottom. So that was a 5-shot group with the Wolf, 50 yards. Another 5-shot group, 50 yards with the Wolf, and then here was another 5-shot group with the Wolf. So those are my last shots of the day. Put 300 rounds through it. I hadn't cleaned it yet, so I did clean it when I came home today. being new to the 22, I don't know how often you should clean them. Leave me some comments if you can give me some feedback and let me know what you guys typically do as far as the cleaning process. I mean, typically my other rifles, maybe I'll clean them every 150 rounds or something. With my 308, my 6.5, or when I start feeling I lose accuracy, I'll clean it up good. But like I say, with 22, I'm not too familiar, but I figure I'll just clean it up a little bit, and who knows, maybe when I go back out, I can get some better accuracy there. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with it, to be honest. I mean, all in all, it's shooting very accurately, and it's a fun rifle. It's like I say, it's really easy to shoot, and I can take my daughter out. My daughter's 9 years old; she can shoot it no problem. My son, he's 5, so maybe in a year or so, I'm going to get him out there and start letting him shoot it. I'm getting a suppressor because I have a backstop in my backyard, and it's about 80 yards. I do have neighbors, so I want to get the suppressor just to be courteous. I don't think they would really care. I'm here in Pennsylvania. There's nobody behind me. It's all woods, but there are neighbors next to me. I don't want to be out there shooting and disturbing the neighbors. So, but once I get that suppressor on there, I mean, I think this thing will be very quiet. Probably like an air rifle. So I'll be able to shoot it in my backyard, no problem. Maybe set up some steel out there, some small targets at the 80 yards, and do some plinking in the backyard. I do have some video of the the range today, some shooting videos. So I'll probably upload those too. They're shorter videos, probably about 5 minutes a piece, but maybe I'll upload some of those, and you can see live action of the rounds hitting the target. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, just let me know. But these CZ 457s are extremely accurate, and the trigger's great. I think I got it down to about 2 pounds. It is adjustable trigger. I couldn't get it any lower than they say that it goes lower than 2 pounds, but I can't seem to get it any lighter than that. So oh yeah, and then as far as the magazine, it does have a 5-round magazine it comes with, which is fine. I mean, it works good. I may get a 10-rounder, but to be honest, I mean that's something I can only use in my backyard because the range I belong to, they only allow 5 rounds at a time. I do have another range I can go to, but I gotta pay every time I go like $15 or whatever. Where this range I belong to, it's like $80 for the whole year, and it's a much nicer range. There's hardly anybody there ever. There's no range officers. You can just you can go out to 300 yards. They have a range out to 300 yards. So, but yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions, like the video if you like it, and be safe. It's Labor Day weekend here, so oh yeah, I do have a bubble level on there too. It was already on the scope, so. But yeah, have a safe Labor Day weekend, and cheers, guys. See ya.